been like a solid 9 months since I vlogged on this channel, but as you can see by the title of this video, this is basically my New Year's resolutions in a video format, trying to incentivize me actually doing them for once. So clearly one of them is to vlog more, or to, post more videos of me and my life, and, just like hanging with my friends. Because I feel like when I'm videoing things and I can look back on them, I actually tend to enjoy them more. So I will be reading my resolutions. I actually got this like really cool journal off of Amazon. I've gotten really into writing over quarantine. I've actually gotten into a lot of things over quarantine. But one of the biggest things I've tried to do is to write more. I've become more creative. I've been doing more photo shoots. 2020 sucked, and I actually posted an Instagram post about this, but 2020 was actually horrible for a lot of people. I mean, myself included. There were certain times where I was like, what the heck? But it also made me realize that, like, I am falling in love with myself for once in my 20 years on this earth. Like, I finally feel happy with who I am, who I love, what I'm doing, where I am in this moment, and I claim 2020. Not many people are gonna say that, but I claim it. So I got a journal, and I wrote my New Year's resolutions in it. So it seems I have quite a few resolutions, so I'm hoping I get through all of them. Maybe I'll make like a recap video of my 2021. But the first thing is to journal more. So I actually have a couple of different journals. So I got these like over like Christmas break. So one of them is like a dream journal. I love analyzing my dreams. Maybe it's a psych minor in me, but I just like knowing why I dream the way that I do. I've had some very crazy dreams, some like recurring dreams, and like it's really interesting to just like be like, this is why I'm dreaming this is why I'm dreaming that, I'm anxious about this test, that's why this certain aspect of life is creeping up in my dreams. And then the next one is, like I said, I've become more creative over 2020. I've written songs, I've written poems that I've turned into songs. So one of them is for my dreams, and the other is for my poetry and verses and just random song lyrics that come in my head instead of writing them on my phone and never finding them again. My number one thing to do is to journal every day, and that actually includes this brown journal. So this is gonna serve as my 2021 journal. And so my idea with this was to, I want to write in it every single day. I want to, basically a Dear Diary. I want to be able to look back on my year and be like, wow, look at all the progress I've made. And a big thing that I want to do with this is also make it a photo journal. So one of the bigger gifts that I asked for Christmas from my parents this year was actually a phone printer. So what this does is it connects to your photo library on your phone, and you can basically print Polaroids straight from your phone. So I don't have to carry this anywhere. I don't have to take a Polaroid picture. I can basically just print from my phone, and that way I can just stick it in when I have a nice memory. So I plan to have at least 2 to 3 pictures a week in this journal. It doesn't have to be every day, but it'd be nice to just look back on everything. So my second resolution is actually to learn more languages. So currently I'm brushing up on Spanish, but I also wanted to learn French and brush up on Hindi this year. I wanted to be able to talk to, my grandparents in Gujarati and Hindi. And I think that learning Hindi off of, I'm using Duolingo, and I think it does its job. It's obviously not going to teach me everything I need to know, but it can help me hold a conversation. So my third resolution is actually to watch a bunch of movies. My friend Naman showed me this app called Letterboxd, and basically you can add your movie watch list to it, and it tells you every single interface that movie's on, whether it's on Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, and it lets you put in, it's basically like Goodreads for movies. And me being the movie lover that I am, I really wanted to watch all of the classic movies this year. So I think I have about 400 movies on the list, and I don't know how I'm going to watch them all this year, but hopefully I get that done. So my next 2 resolutions are actually a little bit more fitness oriented. So the first one's, I want to run 5 miles a week and work out 2 to 3 times a week, whether that be abs one day, legs one day, arms another, and then running in between. And then along with that, I want to be able to lose 15 pounds of fat. I can gain it back in muscle, that's fine. I just want to be able to lose 15 pounds of fat, better body, better confidence. My next resolution is I actually want to read 20 books this year. I have a tendency to buy books and then just hoard onto them and not read them because I get busy in my life. Case in point is my bookshelf. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. It's just filled with books. So here's what it looks like. I have not read any of these books. I'm actually currently reading this book. My dad gave it to me. He really likes it. So that's the book that I'm currently reading. And then, you know, hopefully I get through all of these books in 2021. But I want to read at least 20. And in my journal, I actually have like a little books page. So I'm going to write all the books down that I read. So my next resolution is to drink more water. I don't drink enough at all. I barely drink a glass a day, and it's quite sad. So that is definitely my resolution, to at least have, you know, like 72 ounces of water a day. So another resolution that I want to do this year is attempt to read the news every day. I actually just got the student discount of New York Times, where it's basically $1 for a week for 4 weeks. So it's like $4 a month. I want to learn more about the world and like what's happening in the world. I feel like I'm not well versed at all. And I want to be able to have a conversation with someone and be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about because I've read about it. And so I want to read at least a couple articles a day. My cousin and I are actually going to read the news every day together, and then we're going to send each other a news article that we found interesting to, you know, just like keep each other in check about it. And I think that's really cool that he's like helping me with my resolutions. So a resolution that I had last year that I didn't actually get to complete this year, I didn't realize how busy this year would be, was to learn the guitar. I know a couple chords, I know a couple songs, but I really, really want to like fine tune that. I want to be able to play a bar chord, I want to be able to play full songs, and just like jam out with friends whenever I hang out with them. So along the lines of learning a language, what I found really, really interesting and something that I know I'm going to use is ASL. I'm a healthcare professional, and I know how hard 2020 was for, you know, the deaf and hearing impaired communities. We put on masks, we take away the one method of communication that they have with us, and it's hard. So my next 3 resolutions kind of go all hand in hand. I've definitely learned in 2020 to be more spontaneous, to have more photo shoots, and to have more adventures. So I definitely want to continue those 3 into 2021. 2020 marked the first year that I had a photo shoot of myself. I can't believe I've gone this long without, you know, taking pictures of myself. I always used to hate it, but 2020 really showed me that, like, you have to love yourself. You have to put yourself first. And yeah, those 3 I definitely want to do more of. Another thing that I really want to do is keep in touch with my friends and family. Over quarantine, I actually asked people on my Instagram stories to, you know, swipe up, send me your address. I'm going to make you a playlist and a letter customized to you and your interests. And I really enjoyed writing them. I got really creative with some of the songs catered to specific people, and I got such a great response back. Some of my friends even wrote letters back and forth. One of my friends was doing a co-op in Hawaii, and I got a really, really cool postcard from her. So shout out to you, Helen. That's currently up on my wall. I love looking at it, and I wish I could have visited you. COVID sucks. That's all I can say. I want to try to do at least 1 act of kindness a day. I know that's saying a lot considering our current, you know, climate, but if not a day, at least 1 act a week. I've bragged about this a lot to a lot of my friends. I have a 15-page list of like TV shows that I have to watch before I die. It's like my bucket list, and a goal is to knock off 20 shows off of that list. And I also have another page for that in the journal that says TV shows, and then I'll write down all the TV shows I've watched this year. I want to succeed at school and life. Whether that's grades, friends, just my overall happiness. 2020 was a big year for mental health for me. I grew up in a lot of ways. I matured in a lot of ways, and I want to continue that growth into 2021. 2 more resolutions so far. And it really just ties in with education. Education is something that's super important to me, you know, being in a higher ed system, being in the pre-med field of physical therapy. I want to learn more about, you know, not just PT, but like everything. I've turned to podcasts. So on my co-op, I have a 35-minute drive outside of Boston, and I've made it a habit to listen to a podcast every day. So I follow a lot of different ones on Spotify about all of my favorite interests. So they range from mythology to analyzing fiction, to analyzing movies, to breaking down music, to breaking down businesses. truly everything. It's just interesting, to science, to, just learning everything about everything that I can learn about. And I think that's super important in today's society, just to learn as much as you possibly can. Education is the greatest tool that we've been given, and it's the greatest tool that you can receive and use. There's no cap to education. You can keep going, keep learning, keep growing. That's super important. And then along with that, I want to learn more about my culture. I never made it a priority when I was growing up to learn about, like, my values and my morals and, like, why I think the way that I think and how my parents have instilled that to me. I wouldn't say I'm religious. I would definitely say I'm more spiritual. I believe in fate, I believe in destiny, and I believe everything happens for a reason. But for some reason, I also believe in reincarnation. And I don't know why. And that's the hard part. Like, I want to know why I think that. I know I don't believe in God, but I know that there's, like, a greater entity out there. Like, there's a reason that we do the things that we do. And I want to understand more of my culture, because I want to be able to connect to my grandparents, to my family, to my traditions, my customs, my holidays, my festivals, to the gods that I'm supposed to know about. I absolutely know nothing right now. And that's sad. A little bit. Maybe I'm not fully into, like, Hinduism, but maybe I'm, spiritual more than I thought I was. So yeah, those are my resolutions of 2021. They were a lot. Hopefully this entire journal gets filled up and I have fun with it. But obviously another resolution is to vlog more. So I will see you soon. And I hope you have a great New Year's, and we all need a little motivation to do it. But I'm gonna push you if you push me. So I'll see you guys later.